It's my birthday! Actually, tomorrow is my birthday. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Sarah, and welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. Now, usually I have my desk just loaded with lots of new things to show you and to do. And I thought today we would just keep it a little more simple so we don't, I have a couple of new crochet patterns and videos to show you. We're going to talk about the February giveaway, and then we're going to make a bracelet. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about working with beads and crochet. And so I just thought it would be fun to kind of not have such an uptight video and not have something going constantly so that we can just have a little bit of fun today. And if you didn't catch the beginning of the video, it's my birthday. I'm still drinking coffee. I just found excuse me. I'm still drinking my coffee. I just found this cute little birthday wine glass, and I thought, I need that. If you want to find one, you can find it at the Dollar Tree. That's where I bought it. $1 for a fun little birthday. It says, hooray, it's my birthday. And actually, tomorrow is my birthday, not today. It's actually tomorrow, February 12th. And I'm not ashamed to say how old I am. I'm 29 again. Boy, I've been 29 in a lot of years. As a matter of fact, neither one of my kids are 29 anymore. Well, good morning, everybody. I see Carolina and Tina and Sophie, Angela, Marlene, and Vicky, Rita, Cheryl, Tammy. Hey, Cheryl, did they burn down your she shed? I always wanted to say that. I hope you do have a she shed or a she spot where you can craft. All righty, just being silly. Tammy and Carolina. Let's see. Jane and Tracy. There's Cheryl again. All of a sudden, my voice is going scratchy. Let's see. Brenda, Jane, Beverly, Lori, and Karen. Move this on down here. Dawn, there's another Cheryl, and Rita. Well, I'm so glad you're all here today with me. And if, like I said, if you missed the beginning, tomorrow's my birthday. And I got this cute little cup at the Dollar Tree. And let's go ahead and just clink in with whatever you're drinking today. Yes, I'm still drinking coffee, like I said. I've just got regular old Folgers today. It's been so cold and windy, and it's been snowing, and the snow finally stopped this morning. The sun is out, my driveway's melting, and I'll be able to get to Hobby Lobby today. And Michael's and Joann's and probably Walmart. I'm ready to get out of this house. I'm getting a little bit, what do they call that? Cabin fever, because we've had so much snow. I'm not complaining. I absolutely love the snow. I'm not complaining. Around here, they are so good about plowing the roads. They get all the main roads done, and then they go in the neighborhoods. So I'm not complaining whatsoever. All right, I see a few of you popped in. Let's see. Jerry and Linda and Beverly Carol. Let's see, some Stephanie, Michelle, Susie, and Kathy. Let's see, Kimberly, Karen. See if there's anyone I didn't say hello to. And Gail. All right, so what I was saying is that today we're not going to go, usually we just go from thing to thing to thing to thing because our video is so full of things. And we're not going to do that today. We're going to talk a little bit about the giveaway, and I'm going to do that right now. If you don't know about our February giveaway, and what we do each month is the first Tuesday of the month, I tell you what the giveaway is. And then the third Tuesday of the month, I announce the winner. And I bet you're wondering how you get involved. Super easy. All you have to do is comment on the video on the first Tuesday of the month on Facebook or on YouTube. Because after I do it on Facebook, I tweak it up a little bit. and then I shoot it over to YouTube. You can comment on either one of those videos. A comment is an entry. All right, and then what we do is we take all those names from both places, we put them in that random generator, and whatever name comes up, that's the winner. And so this is our giveaway for February. We're giving away a kit that has the needle and the yarn and the crochet hook, and I believe there's a button in there. Yep, everything to make this adorable unicorn mug. And the winner each month also gets one of my Coffee and Crochet with Sara project bags. All right, so next Tuesday, I will announce the winner for our giveaway. And go over there and get involved. All you have to say is, I want to be involved in the giveaway, or I want that thing. And you're in. All right, and I'll announce that next Tuesday. I'm going to plop that over there. I'll announce that next Tuesday. All right, and I'm going to do things in a little bit different order today. I'm going to go ahead and tell you about our new crochet patterns that we did this week. And since it's my birthday tomorrow, I updated our birthday crown headband, and we updated it and added it 4 sizes. Before we just had the one size, which is the adult, and now we have the, I think it's child, toddler, youth, and an adult. 4 sizes, super cute. And this one is the child size. There's one even smaller than, no wait, child, toddler, youth, and adult. This is the child, the youth. This is the toddler size. All right, and I think it's 16 inches, 18 inches, 20, and 22. And a lot of people say, oh, my head is bigger than that. One thing you need to remember when making headbands and hats is that yarn is very stretchy. All right, and so you don't want it to get stretched out and slide off yours or your child's head. Okay, and then I had someone ask me, well, what if I wanted to make it for a boy? What would you do? I would probably just take off a stone like this, maybe add something different to it, and make it in their favorite color. Because boys like crowns too. I mean, kings wear crowns, right? And so that can be for anybody. And it's super fun, and they're also warm because they're, if you'll notice, it's longer, and it's a headband. Not just for play, although play is fun too. The other thing I wanted to show you is this. I'm calling it a wrap scarf. And what it is it's my Cupid's Arrow wrap scarf. And we released the pattern yesterday along with the video. And you can find that on YouTube, Ravelry, and on my blog. And the best way to find, if I've put out a new pattern, the best way to find it is really just go to my Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page, and you'll usually find it in there. And if you can't find it, I always keep an album of all the new pictures. I think I'm going to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. Anyway, and so you can click the pictures or the photos, and that album will come up and it'll say YouTube videos for 2020. And then you can find all the latest patterns in there, and they all have a link. And that's the quickest way to find it. If you're on YouTube, just go to my playlist or to the main page, and the newest ones will come up. Okay? All right. Now, those are the 2 new patterns. And so now I'm going to talk to you about beads and how to make a bracelet or a necklace. So I'm going to click over to my top cam, and you can see I've got some beads there. And what I like to do is to go to garage sales and Goodwill and maybe even the Dollar Tree and buy some inexpensive beads. Or if you've got some beads on hand, maybe somebody gave them to you, and at one time you really loved them, but you don't anymore. And so what I like to do, of course, is just cut the string and put them in a bowl like this. And of course, here's some different ones that I've got. Here's some of these. I like these because they're just sparkly. And then I've got all kinds of different beads. And the thing is, you can use any kind of a bead and crochet a necklace or a bracelet. All right. This one here were some beads that I just had on hand. They're little balls that have little like silver dots. And I had some rainbow variegated yarn, and I like to use anywhere from a 1 to a 3 weight yarn, but you can use any yarn that you want, even worsted weight number 4 or thicker, if you want to make a thicker necklace or a bracelet. And I make them really, really long. That way I can wrap them as many times as I want to. This one is a mixture of just some beads I had on hand. Here's some of those plastic hearts, some round green ones, and some wooden ones. And I just mixed them together, and it's become one of my favorite necklaces to wear. And they're very inexpensive, and you can make them to match whatever clothes that you have. You can also add charms. Aren't these fun? I bought these the other day. I've had them for a little while, probably a month or so. And they've got little scissors and yarn balls, yarn, a little lamb. And that would be super fun to add to a bracelet or a necklace. You can add anything that you want to, and I'll show you how to crochet those in. All right, now let me move these and these, and let's talk a little bit about this bracelet that I made. It's really super easy. I used just a kind of an ivory color yarn with a sparkle in it, and just a few beads that I had on hand. These are just small pony beads. And isn't that pretty? All right, so what I do is I grab my F hook, and this F hook is a 3.75. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. All right. And then I grab the yarn, and this is the yarn I was talking about. I've had this yarn forever, and it's actually a number 1, and I wanted it a little bit thicker. And so let me move that out of the way. Well, there we go. So I'm using 2 strands of it. Okay, so this is a number 1 that I'm using 2 strands. You can do this with 1 strand, or you can do it with 3, whatever you want to do. All right, and so what I do is I thread the yarn on my needle, and it's still attached to my ball of yarn. Okay. I call this the working yarn because sometimes you're using a ball or a skein or something else that you have left over, and it just takes a little bit of yarn. All right, so I thread it on a needle, and then I thread all the beads that I want to work on it. So there's all my beads, and then I'm just going to take that off. Okay, so I'm going to grab my F hook that I'm using. And what we're going to do is, as we crochet, we'll pull a bead forward. If you were crocheting something else that was bigger, you would just continue to push your beads up until you need it. All right, so I'm going to make that slip knot that we start with. And I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, a lot of times I recommend when you're starting a chain to chain loosely. But when you're doing a necklace or a bracelet, I think you should chain just a little bit tighter. That way it will keep it from getting snagged on things and also give it a much better and even appearance. All right, so I chained 5. And if you're making a necklace, you can chain as many chains in between as you want to. See how many I did on that one? It's up to you. All right, so now we're going to pull 1 bead forward, and we're going to chain some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, then we'll pull another bead forward and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll continue to do this until the necklace is as long as we want it, or the bracelet. And you don't have to chain them evenly. You can chain longer or shorter in between. And that's just how you add a bead to a chain. Now, if you wanted to make it thicker, let's say we turn and we single crochet in those chains. Get in there. There we go. We can still pull a bead forward, but never count that bead as a stitch. You'll just go right in the next chain and stitch a single crochet. And sometimes the bead's not where you want it. Maybe this is the front of your work and your bead's back there. So all you do is just push the bead to the side that you want it on. All right, so you can make as many rows as you want to. You can do as many single crochets, double crochets, half double crochets that you want on whatever you're making. You can just slide your bead forward and push it to the side. Get back up there. That you want it. And so it's really quite simple to add beads to your crochet. Another way to do that is if you wanted to use a smaller crochet hook and you wanted to add a bead. Let me grab one of these beads. Find one that has a little bit bigger hole in it. Let's see. Here's a black one. And let's say I wanted to add this. So I would put the bead, it's too small for this crochet hook, but what you would do is put the bead on the crochet hook and pull it through. I was hoping I had one with just a little bit bigger hole in it, but I don't. But it's the same concept. The only difference is you would pull that thread through like this and your bead would be right there on that loop. Okay, let me look in my crochet hooks over here, see if I can find a little bit smaller. No, I don't have one up there. I was hoping the F would go through it, but it's just too big. All right, so but basically, let me put that through there again. So basically, there's two ways to add beads. You can string them on ahead of time, or you can add them as you go. And so I'm going to show you just, let me go ahead and make a stitch there. All right, so here's a loop. I'm going to put it on my needle so I can get it through there so you can see, because I really want you to see how that's done. All right, I would suggest getting a much smaller crochet hook than your F if you're going to do this way, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that through there, because that's what you would do. You would pull it through with a tinier crochet hook and then make your stitch like that, and then go back to what you were doing to add a bead. So you can add a bead one at a time, or you can add it by stringing all your beads on ahead of time. Now I really like doing it this way. Okay, now to make the bracelet, I started with 5 chains and I added the bead, and I did 5 in between each one, adding a bead. And then when I got to the end, I just put it together and I tied a knot, just a simple knot like, here's my 2 ends. I just took it and twisted it and tied the knot like this, nice and tight, and then I trimmed it down so it looks just like a little bit of a tassel. Then you can take your needle and kind of open those up so that your strings are kind of flared out, and it just looks like a little bit of a tassel if you want to, or you can just take your needle and weave it back in. I just like that. I thought it was fun. And so that's the easiest way to work with beads. Adding beads to your crochet is lots of fun, and you can come up with lots of different ways of doing that. You can use any colors, any beads, and to be honest with you, any size beads will work. This one is just pearls and silver beads, and I did it on black, and I think it looks pretty. And so, you know, coming up with different ways to use them, different sizes. The other thing I wanted to show you on this one, now I got them all knotted up, is that sometimes I did one bead. Okay. Sometimes I did one bead. Sometimes I did 3 beads together. And so it comes out different. And it's a lot of fun just to play with it and have fun. And one thing that I found also is if you're teaching like, say a Girl Scout troop, or just a class get together, or maybe at school you want to do a craft, or even a Sunday school class or something, or even a ladies group, and they want to learn how to do something like this, it's a really simple project. You pick your beads, you pick your yarn, whatever sizes that you want, thread all those beads on, and just start chaining and pushing your beads. And they can be all random or they can be all even. It just depends on what you like to do and what you want to wear. You know, let's say you were going to wear a brand new bright yellow top. So you pick out all the yellow beads you like and maybe a contrasting color of yarn, and you make yourself a brand new bracelet or necklace. And as far as the bracelet, what I do is I measure my wrist and I make sure that it's at least an inch bigger because I don't want to add a clasp. I just want to tie a knot and I want it to be able to fit on my wrist and slide around. One thing to keep in mind though is that yarn is stretchy and your bracelet or your necklace might stretch just a little bit, and so keep that in mind as well. Now you can also use like your crochet threads that are the real tiny ones. They work just fine. And even, you know, another one that's really good for that are the bomb yarns that are really just tiny small little skeins. I think Lion Brand makes those, and maybe Vanna's Choice made some. I can't remember. But I have a bunch. And I put hooks on them and hung them on one of my Christmas trees. It was the cutest thing ever. But those work really great for making jewelry as well. Now, we made a necklace this week and a bracelet, or not made them, but showed you how to make them. And next week, I'm going to show you how to make just a really simple pair of earrings. And basically, they're little dangles that you can add to little hooks. All right? So I hope that was enjoyable for you, even though I didn't bring the tiniest hook. I just knew oh, there it is right here. Okay, it's in that jar. I had it all ready to go. So anyway, I'm going to let you go today. I didn't want to keep you too long today. Just I wanted to tell you Happy Valentine's Day. And don't forget the giveaway. And don't forget, don't be alone on Valentine's Day. If you don't have a date or whatever, go to your local pet rescue and take a dog for a walk, or spend some time with some of the kitties and dogs or other animals that might not have anyone just to give them a pet or a little loving on, okay? Don't spend it alone. Even just a half hour of your time walking a dog around the fence and, you know, at the rescue, or, you know, scrubbing them, playing with them, just having some fun. It will cheer you up and it will cheer them up also. And you just might bring home a new Valentine. I really appreciate dog rescues. Both of my dogs are rescue Valentines. All right, so I'm going to let you go. Make yourself some bracelets, make yourself some necklaces, and feel free to post pictures on the Posh Pooch Designs page or the PPD Puppy Love group. We'll see you next week. I'm going to go eat some birthday cake.